Now, in general, if you can't say yes with confidence, maybe you should just say no, with some exceptions. And I'll talk about that in the video. By the way, welcome to Tuesday DJ Gig Tips, brought to you by Vibo, the music planning app. I've talked to a couple of DJs today. It got me thinking about some things. One DJ I talked to, he's doing a 200 kid school dance at a private school. And he was wondering, should I bring the Evolve 50s or should I bring a bigger rig? I'd rather bring the Evolve 50s. They're easier for me to carry. But maybe I need a bigger rig for this. He was on the fence about it. I was kind of on the fence too, being a private school in a relatively small room. Yeah, I don't like using Evolve 50 for school dances, period, but it is a pretty small room. And the other thing is, he's doing this as a donation to the private school he's playing at because his kids go to the school. He's doing his duty as a parent, so he's not getting paid for it. You know, in that case, my call on that would be, if I think the Evolve 50s might do the job, I think I just go for it, because there's no money on the table. If I think it'll work, I think I might try it. Why not? If you're going to try something like that, this is the gig to try it at, right? If it was a paying gig, you know what? Let's get some 12-inch tops in there, maybe a subwoofer. That might be the way to go. But in this case, give it a try, because you got nothing to lose. What are you going to do? Fire you? He's doing it pro bono for the school, for his kids. That's scenario number one. I was talking to somebody else today who goes through some kind of DJ company where they do subcontract work. They have a hard time saying no to the person who gives them the sub work. So they throw the gig at him and say, here's the gig, here's how much it pays. Do you want to do it or not? He just got 1,000 kids school dance. And he's got an Electro Voice EKX system. And he's asking me, do I think that'll work out? Well, look, I don't. I don't think that an EKX will handle 1,000 kids. I say that you can do a lot more than what a lot of people say you could do with an EKX system. Like 600, 700, maybe 800 in a pinch. Like a really big pinch. I don't recommend it. I'm just saying it's possible. 1,000, I think you're pushing it. I think in that case, maybe an ETX system would be in order. And he's saying, well, it's not in the budget. Can't afford to buy it. There's not the money for it, but that's really the right tool for the job. Yeah, okay, I understand exactly where he's coming from. So, he knows he needs a bigger speaker to do these large student dances. And he can't say no to the person who's throwing this work at him. And the money he's getting isn't enough to cover an upgrade like an ETX system. And by the way, if you don't know, that's a big dollar upgrade. You know, in this case, I think this DJ just needs to learn to say no. No, I can't do it. And that might be the end of the conversation. What this DJ may be able to say is, I can't do it for that kind of money because I need to make an investment to make this happen. This is what the investment is as far as what it's going to cost the client this time around and what it's going to cost every client going forward. If this DJ can do that, they might be able to invest in that ETX system and get some money out of it. Sounds like this is the first time it's happened, but there needs to be a price adjustment on this. And whoever's booking these jobs needs to understand what is involved with providing the right equipment for this job. Otherwise, really, whoever's booking these gigs is setting them up for failure. It's not going to be enough sound. The client may not be happy. They may complain to this person who booked the job, and ultimately, this poor guy who's trying to just take work is going to get beat up for it. And that's not right. So, either just say no, or put your foot down and say you need more dough. That's just how it goes. That's what you need to learn how to do. Now, I had a situation, or I'm in the middle of a situation this week, that's a little unique. I have a friend who works for this booking agent that I used to do work for in the 80s. I mean, I knew this guy way back. I haven't worked with him for a long time. I haven't done work for him for a long time. But anyway, my friend still does work for him. And this job came up. It's not DJing. My friend's doing the DJ part of it. But this particular client, who is a high-end client, wants a lighting scheme designed in a really cool, unique architectural venue. I can do it. I can do this. And the pay is there. It's uplighting. It's gobo. And I know I can do it, but I'm thinking to myself, just to be safe, I don't work with this particular booking agent anymore. I don't know the client. I want to be crystal clear and transparent as to what I plan on doing at this particular venue. What product am I actually going to provide? I don't want to go in and overpromise. It's going to be amazing and crazy and good, and they'll just buy it, and then, maybe they'll be disappointed with the end result. No, I don't want to do that. I want to say, hey, I've worked this venue before, which I have. I have photos of what I did at this venue when I worked there last time, which I do. Here's an example of the kind of stuff that I can do there. And in addition to that, I can also do this and providing other photos of some of my work. Crystal clear, transparent. At this point, the client's seen the pictures, the agent's seen the pictures, and the DJ who I would ultimately be working with has seen the pictures. Everyone's impressed. But I just needed to make sure that everyone knew what I was planning on doing before I went in and did it. And they came back and said, that's not what we wanted. That's a nightmare. So I guess that's another option. I don't like overpromising and underdelivering. It's going to be great. And I know this agent has this tendency to do that. This agent, I'm thinking back, everything was either awesome or it was horrible. There was no, hey, that was pretty good. No, it was either amazing or terrible. So with that in mind, working with a person like this, where it's either hot or cold, I want to make sure what I'm providing is going to be hot. And I want to make sure the client agrees. So as I'm editing this video, I thought of a third scenario that I'm in the middle of right now, where a DJ friend of mine has a family obligation and he had to farm a job out to me. And he's selling it to me as we're going for a drive in the car. He says, okay, I've got this job. It's on this date. I'm like, cool. It's like, this is how much it pays. I'm like, cool. It's ceremony and reception. I'm like, all right. He gives me the times. I'm like, yeah, sounds fine. Gives me the location. It's downtown, just a few miles from my house. Perfect. They want uplighting in this room. All right, yeah, I can do uplighting. I'm pretty good at that. Pretty good at architectural lighting design. Can make anything look good. All right, cool. And they want a video slideshow projection set up with the screen and a data projector. Deal breaker. No, I can't do that. So what do you mean you can't do that? I'm like, look, I need assistance for that, which would cut into the bottom line on the job. And, because it's a lot to ask of me as a one-headed guy to not only worry about everything that's going on, but to set up a screen and projector and run the thing. It's just not something I feel like I can do by myself. And I don't think I have anybody to bring in. And it doesn't sound like the budget really has that extra money. It's not as attractive if I have to pay somebody, if that makes any sense. Oh, man. So we're driving along, and he's getting ready to drop me off. He says, well, I'll just have to, talk to my wife, see if I can get out of this family obligation. I said, well, hold on a minute. I didn't tell you no. What I said was, I can't handle the screen projector slideshow aspect by myself. Maybe there's another option. I don't know. But right now, logistically, I can't see how I can do it alone. So, long story short, the client gets a hold of me and says, yeah, he said that you're the guy for the job. I'm like, yeah, let's talk. So we talk about everything. And the last thing she says is, yeah, he said that, the video slideshow thing was something that you didn't feel like you could provide. And I explained to her why that wasn't something I could do. And she says, yeah, well, my parents really wanted this. I'm like, okay. So we're talking about a 100-person event. She says, yes. I said, how big is the room? She says, well, really, the truth is, it's probably about 75 people, but the room has a capacity of 100. I'm like, okay, it's a small room then. She says, yeah. I said, instead of having this giant screen in there with the projector in a small room that's taking up space, you know what you could probably do? She says, what? I said, a person could go to Walmart or Sam's Club, get a 32-inch LED TV, put it on the card table, like the gift table, pop a USB flash drive in the back of the thing, because they have those now that you can do, put the slideshow on there, and just run it all night at the gift table. So it's not this big center of attention thing. I said, that would be more economical for you, and it would be something I wouldn't have to worry about. In fact, you could throw the TV away at the end of the job, and you'd save money. You'd still get the slideshow, and it wouldn't be in the way. She said, that's a great idea. That's what she's going to do. So I'm doing the job, minus what he was charging for the slideshow and projector, which honestly wasn't that much. I've solved the problem, and I'm doing the gig, so everybody's happy. Like I said, you got to either just say no or yes with confidence. Or work something out where you can say yes with confidence. Don't overextend yourself. Don't disappoint a client. Don't disappoint yourself. Go in there and do the job right. Anything other than that, don't even bother with it. That's it. I hope this video made sense. I hope. At any rate, I'm here to help. So if there's anything I can help you with, please let me know. In the meantime, just know that I really appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Practice and enjoy.